And drag number 3 down.
You go over pictures, okay? You did. Yay, very good. Thank you.
Hey!
All right, okay. Let's try the next one. Listen carefully.
I'm gonna live with you on the weekends.
Let's try that one.
Yeah,
Come on.
Try.
You make a mistake.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a mistake.
He's gonna try to make a mistake.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a mistake.
See what happens.
So number 4, I'll drag it down to here.
And it's laughing at you. No number.
It should go. It should still make a mistake. I mean,
So it doesn't do anything.
no, it should do it. It went. You just push on it. It'll go.
Oh,
Let's see what'll happen. We'll see. Okay, let's go to the next one. Thanks, good point.
5. My mother will help me after the baby comes.
Let's try to do that one.
Why don't you work it out? That way we
Number 5.
have more time.
Yeah.
Who's going to do that? I'm just going to play it.
6. I will send emails to my family every night.
I'm just going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
7. We're going to live in my apartment because it's bigger. 8. I'm going to register for only 2 courses this semester. 9. I will start working in a law office in 2 weeks.
Okay, so basically that's how you can do it. Now let's see what happens.
Check. Check all.
There you go.
Check your answer.
Okay, that's number 11. And then if you want to just do it again, I think you just go over, you just recycle there too, that all over. Okay, so that's just kind of a typical example.
I'm in the meeting, so
Now, is this, we don't have the book 4, is this equal to something that's in the book, or are they extra?
No, it's exactly the same.
This is exactly what's in the book.
Oh,
In the book, it won't say drag, it'll say
It
math.
won't say drag.
They're going to never
I
call
just
that
didn't know
my
if it was
mechanic.
extra.
So of course I have to do exactly the same.
So it's in the student book.
It's in the student book.
Oh,
Okay, so let's just go back. Okay.
But I would do that first and then have them look in the book. You know?
Very good. So as far as classroom management, you may want to do this first and have a look in the book or whatever. Now, the tools down here are wonderful. They're very easy to use. You just go down here if you want to go back. There we go. You go back. Now let's take one. Let's do a reading.
So the reading, you have to click down at the bottom. That looks like a little page out of a book. In the middle.
The one in the middle, the first one, yeah.
Right there.
Oh,
Okay.
that
So
that
that's
shows
what
you
they
the reading.
read.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That shows the whole readings, as you can see here. You go back and forth. If you want to go back and forth, you can do it. Okay.
So, using all those tabs down now on here. What are those tabs?
No, that's going to be on the
These tabs down
system.
here.
It's part of the board.
I'll just show you the brief.
Oh, it's from the board.
Well, this is. I mean, you could use your tabs here, but this is actually built in, so it adapts to any kind of interactive whiteboard, whether it's smartboard, or whatever. And so this goes to your home page. This goes up one. If we want to go back to here, okay. Just choose it. Let's go to practicing on your own. Oh, I got it. Sorry. There we go. So to combine the sentences, use word in parentheses, okay? So in this case, you would actually write on it. You can go down here and you go, click on that, the pen, and you go, oh, it's not working.
Oh, different stroke.
Well, I'm not writing very well.
Okay.
Okay, you get the idea. You can just kind of write on that.
Is this actual textual material or is it supplementary?
This is
material?
actual from the text.
From the text.
But not every page of the text.
Not every page.
Not every
of the
page.
text. Not every page. Okay.
What's the indicator for that? I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure next to it, it will have an indicator that says you can use the tool as a supplement. Does it have an
Is there
icon
any
just like
icon?
that?
Oh, there's nothing in the book.
Oh, it doesn't have an icon?
That's what she was saying earlier.
Oh, okay.
What happened? I'll just tell you what happened is.
So what I did, I just had to go through these and I saw the page.
And then you just mark in your own book
And then
later.
in the teacher's guide. I
Just saw the page numbers on top.
Yeah, I don't have a whiteboard anymore. I don't have that board, so it doesn't.
You don't have to worry about it.
simplify things.
Okay. Anyway, let's go back here.
That's what Harold said. That's all your
So Eric,
job.
do you use this
I'm
with?
pretty sure your students gonna be more excited about the board than the reading itself.
Well, the way you're using it now.
Can you
right,
use
the
this
computer,
as if
It's in the computer, yes.
chalkboard?
and-
Or do you have to use the chalkboard?
All right, here's a good question.
Can you write out like it was a whiteboard?
Here's what I did. When I got here first thing this afternoon, I took out the CD, I put it in the computer, and I downloaded it in the computer, so it's permanent on this computer. Okay?
Oh, I can download too, okay.
All right? So it's on there. It's on there. And so now I can actually get in here, cancel this out.
What's the icon for this?
Somehow it's frozen up or something.
Is there special cleaner?
Escape. Zero good.
On top, the X on
You could see the
top.
marks.
The X on your phone.
So basically what the icon looks like when you're in there, it looks like this right here. See this right here?
Presentation is, okay. Yeah, you say that.
Yeah, the speaker's nice, man.
And that's
And my
what,
computer.
There's a lady hiding up there speaking.
Software to open all this.
so then you just click on whichever unit you're working on, education, and if you're doing big picture, for example, use the audio controls, so you can listen.
The University of Texas is a large university with many campuses all over Texas. This is a description of the University of Texas at San Antonio, which is located in southeastern Texas. The University of Texas at San Antonio, or UTSA,
So you can
is a
pause it.
four-year public.
So
Is there usually a picture of the big picture on the screen?
there is not, they would need to look at it.
Okay.
Okay. So the purpose of a presentation tool is to use it in the classroom as a teacher's ancillary or support for teaching out of the book. It doesn't have everything that's in the book, okay? And I'll tell you a very honest reason why we don't do that. Can you imagine why we don't do that?
Marketing.
Well,
You're gonna
it
sell
was.
books. Yeah.
If we were to put
Something
everything
new.
on our book in an interactive format on this, we would never sell any books, okay? I'm gonna be frank, that's the way it is. Now, we can do that, but what good is it gonna be for us? Because it's gonna be pirated, taken away, and all that kind of stuff, okay? And right now, this market's not, the students want their own books anyway. But there are places that that's what they would do. Okay? Or we would probably have to charge an exorbitant amount just for that and license it to only one computer, like $1,000 per year to have one of those CDs that you can only use on this computer. That's what we would have to do. And the market's not ready for that. Okay, that's because people always want to know, why don't you just do that? Oh, it's economics, guys. Okay. But so the presentation tool is not for everybody in this room because you don't have this capability. But I just want you to know this is wonderfully exciting because this is the way of the future. And it's going to get much more exciting as we go along. Okay?
So
Any questions?
if you were using the projector
Yes.
instead,
Yes.
then you would still have to put it in there
Put it in
and
your
just,
computer. And just do it
switch
with
to
a
the
mouse.
computer.
And just do a mouse. Yeah, you just work it from here. And you don't touch the screen, you just do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you were just
Has there been any research, since we know there are such things as kinesthetic or tactile, what is that word? Learners, is there any evidence to indicate whether or not they learn meaningfully when they are not touching, writing, all of that? Do you know?
I don't know, but that's a very good point of discussion. And Susan Gear, I don't know if you know Susan Gear, she's wonderful. She's one of our colleagues. She teaches at Rancho Santiago Centennial Center. She and I have done a lot of these workshops. And that's what she uses every day. She believes very strongly in this because it's actually getting the students up there. They're touching, they're working, they're doing
Well,
it.
one at a time though.
One at a time though, yeah. But there are ways that you can get the whole class working with slates or other things too, and it's kind of fun. And so we're finding that she is finding that actually her students are doing better. Now maybe that's a factor of because they're motivated in using new technology and students like to use new technology. Maybe it's more a factor of that than it is actually the actual use of it. I don't know. And it may depend on the age too. You know, the younger students just kind of pick this stuff up. Sometimes the older students are more resistant to it.
Well,
But
I play World of Warcraft, you know. But, no, that's a joke.
Angry Birds. We all do Angry Birds.
Oh, birds. You know, I'm a visual verbal learner. I like to write it. If I write it, I remember it. But I don't find this, of course, I'm older. Don't do the same with my computer. So I wondered about that.
But Barbara, the same thing that you're seeing and doing here is in the book where they.
No. My question was,
Oh.
if we had no book, he was saying wave of the
Had no
future.
book. Oh, no.
And so wave of the future means you wouldn't have the book, although you might have this to take home, which is arguable. That's why.
Okay, so that's the presentation board.
Yes.
The next thing I want to show you is exam view, okay? This is the assessment, and this is huge. This is huge. What this is, you should all have this. And if you don't walk out of here with anything, I think you all know how to teach as good teachers from the book. You're pretty good with that. I'm sure that's not a problem. Even if you're going to dwell and learn, focus on anything, do this. This exam view can change your teaching immensely. And it's so easy to use. And it's so powerful. This is the assessment tool. Now, sometimes we think assessments, oh my gosh, that's going to be hard, it's going to be difficult, it's too much, I shouldn't do it. No, it's very, very simple. You load it on your computer. Now, I already did that, so I'm not going to, but you take it out, you stick it in your computer at home or at work, wherever you want to do it, and you're going to have 3 icons appear on your desktop if you choose them to be. Okay. One is the exam view player. You see it up here, exam view player. One is exam view test, and that will say test generator. Exam view test manager. And I thought there was a 4th one. I guess there's only 3, excuse me. The important one right now for us is the test manager. I'm sorry, test generator. So I'm going to open that up and just show you what you can do. Now, what is a test generator?
Make a test.
It generates tests. Very good. It makes tests for you. When I was teaching, I loved to give tests, but I hated it too because it took so long. I would spend 2 hours, 3 hours sometimes cutting and pasting, putting together tests. So I would only give tests maybe twice a semester. It was not enough. You can now give a quiz every day if you want. And I'm going to show you quickly how to do it. There are about 3 different ways you can do a test. I'll show you the easiest way, then I'll show you another way. The first way is with a test wizard. So you just go in here. It says create a new test using a wizard. A wizard is like the Wizard of Oz or the, whatever wizard that they show you exactly what to do. Boom, boom, boom. So we're going to do that. And we're going to call this Eric's quiz. I'm not going to make a test, I'm going to make a quiz because a quiz is shorter. Should we do level, doesn't matter. Let's do level 4 because we're just working on that book. And let's do changing lifestyles. You select which unit, unit 3. And you see how I selected that, and it drops down here. One question bank selected with 30 questions available. The authors and the editors have created a bank of questions. It's like going to the bank and you got a bank of questions, not money, a bank of questions. And you can draw out, you can withdraw whichever questions you want from the bank to use for your quiz. So that's what we're going to find next. So we've chosen the bank that we want. We want a bank. Now, just one little point here. Suppose you wanted to do a quiz on not only Unit 3, but also Unit 4 on driving. You could also select that one and see how it drops down here. You have selected 2 banks, one on changing lifestyles and one on driving for a total of 60. Okay, so you could then select from those 60. Well, I'm not going to do driving. I'm going to remove that one, put it back up there, and go back to just Unit 3. That's step 2. Now let's go to step 3. Identify how many questions of each type you want on the test. When you use the wizard, it it randomly selects for you questions. So, multiple choice. There are a total of 6 multiple choice questions out of that 30 that you can select. So we're making this a quiz, it's not going to be big. Let's just say it's going to be, let's say 4 of those. Completion questions, 4 of those. 4 matching. 4 short answer for a total of 16. Does that sound okay?
Uh-huh.
All right, so now the computer's going to select these for me. I go to next. You don't have to worry about that. Just go to next. Here's your summary for Eric's quiz, and it says, again, multiple choice 4, completion 4, matching 4, short answer 4 for a total of 16. Does that look okay to me? I think so. Don't blink your eyes. There it is.